Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Mo with Morning Cup of Moes. We got a great show set for today. We had a lot going on. Saturday night was busy. Saturday night had a lot of stuff going on there. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please make sure you guys share, like, subscribe, send in some comments, send in some coffee recommendations. Please let us know. We'd like to try different places out. We should be going in our new studio soon. If I win the bet, it's next week.
Really?
Yeah, we said May 15th.
That person owes me something.
Yeah. He just owes a lot of people with his bets that he just does not fulfill.
I mean, it's two things. Tell us what they are.
It's too early in the show to mention that. So give us our topics.
We got coffee, quotes breaking down, chiropractic corner, would you rather, NBA playoffs, very interesting, UFC, also interesting, boxing, and build your own lineup. Yep. Let's start with the coffee. What do we have today for the millionth time?
Millionth time. So what do you mean millionth time? You got this last time. I never tried it. I said, all right, we're going to try it on the show. I'm going to try it on the show.
I told you I had one in the morning.
That's not my problem.
Look, I'm jittery.
That's not my problem. We have here vanilla cream cold brew. I walked in there. Their two seasonal ones is like a cinnamon something cold brew, and then this one. And you kept on saying how
cold brew, right?
Yeah. You kept on saying how great this one was.
So I buy the cans from the gas station. Yeah, and they're it's the same thing.
You don't taste aluminum?
No, I don't taste aluminum. Yeah. Get out of here, bro.
Nasty. Let's try this one. Try it. Let's try how good. You said this was great last time.
Wait up.
Yeah, fucking.
Can you hide your voice, please?
No.
You don't like it?
No.
It's too sweet today.
It's too, I mean, it's
never like this. It's very sweet.
You said you love this thing.
They didn't make it right. It's too sweet today.
No, don't like it.
You're so dramatic.
Soury milk.
It's not bad.
2.8. Take it with you. Disgusting. How? Do you not like coffee at all?
I do.
Are you just milk?
I didn't buy this. You bought it.
It was your recommendation.
I didn't say anything today. I didn't tell you anything today. I told you I don't know.
What's your rating on it?
This?
Yeah.
6.8.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's good.
6.8?
Yeah. I like it.
Your Teas were like a 7.2.
Not today. It's not a 6.8 today, but overall, like my experience
There's
with
no
this thing,
consistency.
6.8.
Yeah, you got problems.
I think you ordered it wrong, man.
No, I did not. Bro, there was a sign on the wall. I said, give me that. There's no way to order it.
Vanilla cream cold brew.
Yeah.
It's not the nitro cold brew.
Yes, it is.
It doesn't say nitro on there.
This sticker's probably not big enough. I don't know. It was whatever was on the board.
I think you messed it up, man.
No.
Is your sticker the same?
Yeah, same thing. All right, let's get into these quotes.
Yeah, you messed it up.
No, you just have no taste buds. You got taste buds of a 2-year-old.
Okay.
Quotes, bro. Learn as if you will live forever.
All right,
live
Grandpa.
like you will die tomorrow. Success usually comes to those who are too busy looking for it. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today.
That's a good one, man. Either you run the day or the day runs you. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. Do the best you can. No one can do more than that. I have stood on a mountain of no's for one yes.
Mm-hmm. So a couple really stuck out to me, truthfully. Some of them were just self-explanatory, but the main one that really stood out to me was don't let yesterday take up too much of today.
Yeah.
And then either you run the day or the day runs you, and then the first one. So I want to circle back to those three. I don't know if you want other ones. You pick them out.
Okay.
The first one, learn as you will live forever. Live like you will die tomorrow. It's just, sort of embracing the moment, understanding that any time is your time. Mm-hmm. And you want to continue to learn, and learning never ends. Even when you're done with school or you're done with whatever your goals are, for sure. You continue to move on. Like, when I went to those CEs the other day, my kids are like, you're going to school? I'm like, well, yeah, you can't stop learning. You got to keep on going. And that's truthfully it.
Never stops.
So, and then live like tomorrow, fear, man. Fear always just plays the best of people. Always messes with their mind the most, I feel like. And always that fear of failure, that fear of not making it, the fear of the answer no, always stops them. So it's like living like you'll die tomorrow. Uh-huh. I love that quote, truthfully.
If you can do it today, do it today. Don't say I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
So just always push and be the best you can for that day.
Yeah. And
that's what I got out of that.
You know how I am. Like, I'm like, if something's on my head, I'm getting it done. Like, that's it. Just right then and there. So, and at least start planning for it immediately.
Yeah.
So that's why that one like really spoke to me a lot. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. Short-term memory.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's any other ways that we could keep on saying the same thing, but it's just like, I feel like that's what we always fall back to, is like, you can't let your failures or your wins dictate what you think of tomorrow.
Yeah, because you come complacent.
Yeah.
Like if I had an amazing day yesterday, I can't bring that yesterday day into today.
Yeah.
Or if I had a bad day yesterday, I can't bring that into today.
Yeah.
Because it's going to face that day. Basically, it's going to, if it's a bad day yesterday, my emotions, my thoughts are bad for the next day. So it's going to continue.
Yeah.
And I mean, always a new whiteboard every single day.
World-class athletes live by that. I mean, you look at Harden the other day. You know, when his team was going nuts for him, right? He told his whole team, chill. It's one game.
And then they had two horrible games back to back.
Yeah, it was like he didn't know how to play with Embiid there. It was weird. And then yesterday he came back too, but we'll get to that. What was the other one we said? Either you run the day or the day runs you.
Yeah.
Man, that's just like, for me, a lot of it's like, you know, don't become the disease. Don't let your elements wear you down. Don't, you know. So for me, it's like, you have control of your day and you have control of what this day shapes up to be.
That's a tough one, because a lot of times things happen within a day that we really can't control, but just our emotions towards that thing.
Yeah, but it's also how you look at it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for example, you're going, you know, God forbid, get in an accident or whatnot, right? Was that accident saving you from anything else? Was that accident saving you? Like, there's always different ways to look at things. Like, if you always look, if you're pessimistic and always look at the bad, your day's you're gonna see that your outlook's just gonna be bad. It's gonna be pessimistic. But if you try to continue to just run your own day and understand that obstacles are gonna come up in each day, then I mean, like, you'll learn how to sort of deal with it, cope with it, and go from there. So I'm a firm believer everything happens for a reason, and that's what that one sort of tells to me, is like, you know, take the punches, roll with them, learn how to get back up, and move forward. Any other ones you want to point out?
Opportunities don't happen, you create them. You can't just sit on your butt all day and expect something to come your way. If you want to be successful, you have to set yourself up in a successful way. Surround yourself with successful people,
like-minded people.
Surround yourself with good things that you want to become. Because if you don't, you're not going to be successful. It doesn't just come.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing of, we talked about this before, where it's just like, yeah, it'll come. It's in God's hands. It's this, it's that. And it's like, yeah, it will, if you have the right intentions, and you got to work for it. Like, you have to go out and get it.
Some people's mindset is like, I can sit on this couch and do absolutely nothing. But if God wants me to succeed, I will succeed.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, like, it's like I think I've mentioned this before. The old joke of, like, you know, a guy was pleading to God, like, oh, let me win the lotto. 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 At the end of the day, he's like, you never let me win the lotto. And God was like, you still got to go play the lotto. You got to get off the couch and go play the lotto. What are you doing just saying that? If you played the lotto, you would win it.
It's actually a joke in The Pursuit of Happiness. I don't know if you watch Pursuit of Happiness, where Will Smith's kid is talking about a situation where a guy was drowning and a boat swam by, and the guy's like, hop on, I'll save you. The guy's like, no, I'm good. God will save me. 2 more boats came, said the same exact thing, and then he died and he went to heaven. And he looks at God. He's like, why didn't you help me? He's like, you moron. I sent you 3 boats.
Yeah. And that's you gotta be active. You gotta go and get it.
Allow yourself to be
helped. Yeah.
And then another one that stood out as well is, I have stood on a mountain of no's for one yes. This school comes into mind. Like the process of school, like, it's so difficult when you first start school and you feel like you're nobody in this big campus. It's always obstacle. Graduation, big yes. Here you go. You accomplished it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that goes along with everything. Mountain of no's, and you know, being told no is not the end. It's just, how are you going to turn that no into a yes? So there's multiple different ways, you know, to sort of interpret that. But I mean, I'm with you 100%. And it's just like, you could be told no. It doesn't end your day. It doesn't end your life. Doesn't end your goals. Doesn't end anything. Just
somebody will tell you yes, right?
Keep on going. What do we get into here? Chiropractic corner.
Shoulder pain.
Yeah. So we did headaches, neck, TMJ. Now we're into the shoulder. So
sits.
Yeah, a lot of different things I want to talk about here. And you did a majority of them. So let's talk about the sits muscles. That's your rotator cuff muscles, which consist of supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and subscapularis. The subscap's one of my favorites to dig into. It's painful. It's annoying, but we'll get into that. So explain the muscles, where they sit, and what they do.
So supraspinatus is the top of your scapula, right in here.
Yep.
Controls the first 5 to 10 degrees of abduction. Controls internal rotation and lifting of the arm. And inferior to that, so below that, is the infraspinatus, which allows you to externally rotate your arm in the shoulder socket, known as the glenohumeral joint. Teres minor is a small muscle that helps rotate the arm. Subscapularis, like you mentioned, controls abduction, holding your arm out straight away from your body. They say your subscapularis is like the muscle that activates when you're holding groceries. So that down there, icky muscle when it gets tight. And a lot of times when people say I'm having shoulder pain, majority of the time we see rotator cuff muscles are.
Let's take that back. A majority of the time when people say they're feeling shoulder pain, we tell them, hey, we'll point to it. Where's your shoulder? And they're like, here.
Traps.
And they're in the traps or levator. So it's not a real shoulder pain. And that stuff the chiro helps drastically out with, right?
Yeah.
But also the way you explain those muscles too, like I want you guys, everyone to sort of think of that wing bone. That's a triangular bone. You got a spine that goes right down the center of it. Yep. Above it is the supra, above spinatus. Below it is the infra. Below spinatus. Teres minor is basically right out here by your lat, and subscap is like deep inside your armpit. So a lot of different things comes to mind when I hear, shoulder problems. Obviously the most, common, maybe misdiagnosed or diagnosed via MRI is a tear of the supraspinatus, the most commonly torn. But that's usually some sort of trauma or a long time of just abuse, wear and tear.
A lot of over the head stuff.
Yeah,
are very terrible.
I hate those exercises.
We always tell our patients try to avoid over the head things, like shoulder military presses.
Well, there's a way to modify it too.
You could.
So instead of like staring in the mirror and just doing like what I usually tell them is instead of looking in the mirror and doing these flies, you could go side lying on the bench and do the flies the same way.
Yeah, to have more support.
Or if you're actually doing the flexions with the dumbbells, because your end point of the exercise should be your easiest. That should be your rest phase. So when you're coming up here and your end point's up here, that's the gravity's kicking your butt at that point. If you just lay on your back, you could come up and that's your rest point. That's the easiest point. So there's just different ways to maneuver shoulder exercises. I don't focus too much on shoulder just because we use them for everything in the gym. We do. And so I don't have just a strictly shoulder day. I'll use them as more like a warm up. That's just how I am. But you also have frozen shoulder in there. So talk about frozen shoulder.
A lot of times we see frozen shoulder in people that have come off injuries, such as like a broken arm, for example. They're in the sling for such a long period of time. And when we're in this sling, that sling's doing everything for our arm. Our muscles aren't getting activated. So it gives our muscles a chance to build up adhesions and basically not being used at all. And then amazing treatments that we do for frozen shoulders, things like cold laser therapy, scraping, getting that mobility back in there for active range of motion, passive range of motion as well. Like you always mention, you talk about braces of the back. Like people like the posture brace, but when you take off the brace, what happens?
Just go right back down because the brace was just basically telling the muscle, you don't got to do anything. You don't got to activate it. I got it. Yeah. So that's why those ones that we got in the office now are awesome. They're phenomenal because they're an exercise band.
You're not using them for
You're using them 15 minutes a day, 15, 20 minutes a day, and that's it. But also frozen shoulder, which I see a lot of, side sleepers, man. Side sleepers, or when people are, like you just said, in a brace. So I had one patient talk to me the other day. He had a tear of the supraspinatus, I believe, did a surgery, and I think a tear of the labrum. Did a surgery. They had him in a sling for 20 days, 24 hours a day. And I'm not an ortho, I'm not a surgeon, but from my understanding, new methodology is you move it right away. And I could be wrong. Okay, but he was stuck in this position for 24/7 for 20 days. Now his range of motion is so painful upon him that sort of created that frozen shoulder. And also the side sleepers, man. And what frozen shoulder truthfully is, you should have a 2-to-1 ratio. So that scapula, that wing bone should move twice the amount of times of your spine. When it goes to a 1-to-1 ratio, that's where that scapula, you can't put your fingers between the shoulder blades in the back. And sometimes like with a lot of patients when they're laying down, I just have them put their hand on their back,
so
try to bend it back and see if it opens that wing up. And if I could get fingertips in there, then it's not completely frozen.
Sometimes you can't get those fingers in there.
Yeah, but sometimes for the shoulder is really just a subscap issue. And that subscap is just always ignored. That subscap and that teres minor are always the two that are like...
a lot of misdiagnosing there.
Yeah.
The doctor told my dad, he's like, oh, there's no way you get your shoulder back to what it was. You need surgery. And I legit worked on a shoulder for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And now, thank God, he has no idea which shoulder it was.
Well, yeah.
You know, which is awesome.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just like, it's so easy to just turn off and just say, hey, surgery. But sometimes like that frozen shoulder, instead of it being a scap issue, it's more a subscap issue, the muscle, or the ratio's off, so on and so forth. So, you know, that, and sometimes even just adding in motion into the thoracic spine will actually increase the motion of the scapula. So
it's either you use it or you lose it.
Use it or you lose it, right?
As we always say.
Yeah. So also side sleeping. I think you had that in here. I know you did. But man, when people sleep on their side and they have an incorrect pillow, best way to sleep is on your back, sort of on a wedge. If I like a 15-degree wedge, you can just grab them off Amazon or do whatever, or just a flatter, firm pillow. But the pillow on your back should start basically right where this hump is, and then right up the head. When you're a side sleeper, man,
you get a lot of this.
Everyone's so different, right? So it's like, you know, your shoulders, the length of your shoulders from your head to your shoulder to the end of your shoulder, like mine, they're different. So trying to get one pillow, one size fits all to sleep on your side, because you want your head in a neutral position. If you're sleeping on your right side and your head sort of cocked down like this here, that's going to cause a lot of issues in the morning.
That left side stretching throughout the whole night.
Or if it's too fluffy of a pillow and you're sleeping on your right side and now your head's up here like this, you want to keep your head neutral. And trying to find the right pillow. Usually customized pillows are the best. We do have them in the office. If you can't get to us, there's a company called Pillowwise. We sell them in there. They're phenomenal for side sleepers. A little bit pricey, but they're, you know, for side sleeping and having a custom pillow, it's great. It's great at that point.
For sure.
What was you had AC joint in there? Explain that, what you have in there.
So AC joint, I thought it was a weak joint, but I was doing research over the weekend. It's actually a stronger joint. Just the position of the joint makes it super vulnerable to injuries. Yeah. Since it's out here, AC joint is known as the acromioclavicular joint.
Yeah, which is right here.
The clavicle meets with your acromion process, which comes off the triangle bone you were talking about earlier. That's the spine. That I feel like a lot of people hurt.
Yeah.
A lot of people hurt because falls, injuries. That's like the first thing that you hit.
Yeah. I think that, and I think sleeping on your side.
Sleeping on your side as well puts a lot of pressure.
Because you're jamming that joint the entire night.
Yeah.
So when people sleep directly on their shoulder instead of like on their teres, where that's why the body pillow is so good when you're sleeping on your side, because then you could hug the pillow and you're sleeping on the actual side of your scap instead of like directly on that shoulder, which is really good there. But you know, knowing where the pain is, knowing where it's pointing or where you're pointing where the pain is, it gives us half the battle of where to diagnose, whether it could be levator or it could be trap or it could be anything along those lines. Yeah, it's just something that, you know, that would go through our differential diagnosis and try to figure that out there. Multiple different things that we do, like you said, you mentioned it already: myofascial cupping, cold laser therapy, trigger point therapy.
Bunch of things we could do.
Yeah, you got a shit grin on your face. I'm waiting for something to be said right now. I don't even know what.
I'm just thinking of my would you rather, to be honest with you.
I'm like, what is this guy saying right now?
It's taking me over right now, man.
Yeah, so it's you know, multiple different things that we could do treatment wise, and honestly, man, motion is just huge. Increased motion, decreased pain. I think that's the biggest take home message at that point. What else you got for this? Anything?
No, that's pretty much it.
You're itching to get into would you rather. Let's get it going.
Am I going or you're going?
I'll go.
Okay.
Mine's not as dark as yours.
Mine's really dark. It's about death.
You're always dark, dude. I don't freaking know.
I know.
You got issues.
It's tough.
All right. Issues. So mine's simplicity at its greatest.
So it's boring? Go ahead.
No, it's just simple. It's not as morbid as what yours always are.
It's boring.
I feel bad for your family. Would you rather be able to run very fast? So you're talking about 55 miles per hour. Okay. So flash-like speed, right? Or be able to fly, but at a slower pace. So you're only flying at about 5 to 10 miles per hour.
Okay.
No, but how's that boring? Would you rather fly or run fast? So basically, would you rather be Superman or Flash?
Superman. I'm flying.
10 miles per hour, though.
Flying, man.
You're flying.
Yeah.
So it'll take you forever to get there.
Doesn't matter.
Wherever you're going.
Flying. Imagine that wind going through your hair. It's nice, man. Flying, no traffic.
Yeah.
I could get to wherever I want.
There's traffic for runners?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just stopping at the stoplights?
I mean, if I'm running through the city, yeah. I could bump into houses and all that.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
No.
What do you mean? Why not?
You're running just as fast on the sidewalk or whatever. Ain't no one seeing you. Ain't no one stopping you.
How about
You're just
there's
running.
like construction on the sidewalk?
You're running around it quickly. Get out of here, man. You're running around it quickly.
I'm flying. How about you?
I would be flying too.
You're flying?
Yeah, I would be flying easily. Go ahead. Give me your would you rather. I'm waiting for this. You had a smirk on your face from the minute you walked in.
Would you rather? Mm-hmm. So it's the type of death. Would you rather be burnt to death?
Uh-huh.
Or would you rather drowned? Because they're both really painful, right? They have to be.
Yeah. I mean, you would imagine.
Yeah, like.
Burned to death or drowned?
Stop.
I don't, shoot. There's no right answer. There's not a single right answer. Because, you're drowning, you're suffering, you're gasping for air.
They're both unfortunate.
Yeah, you're gasping for air at that point. And burning, you got to think, scientifically speaking, there comes a time where the temperature gets so hot, you pass out before death even takes place.
Yeah.
So that might be, I'm just looking at which one would be shorter, which one would be less, because the burning sounds painful, right? But I feel like when you're drowning, right? You could,
I feel like
you'd be without oxygen for, minute and a half, 2 minutes tops.
I feel like both you would faint, right?
I think you would faint faster with the burning. I'm assuming
the inability for oxygen to go to your brain. I feel like that cuts you off.
Yeah.
But at that point, you're dead, right?
Clinically speaking, you're not clinically speaking until the brain turns off. So no, I think the faster sort of death at that point would be burning, is what I'm assuming. I could be completely wrong. So
that's a tough one.
Whatever one's faster is the one I would go with, truthfully. And I don't know either one. I would probably go, because I'm assuming you pass out quicker because the pain, sympathetic response, you're passing out.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the burning would be quicker at that point. Yeah.
I think I'm going drowning, because burning, you can't really recognize the body. So like for the funeral purposes and stuff like
drowning,
that.
they're not finding you.
They're going to find you.
They're not finding you.
Okay, they'll find you both ways. Go ahead. Which one are you picking?
Same thing.
Yeah.
That even play into my head.
Really?
Just because it made no sense. In my head. Yeah. No.
Because like imagine like your loved one seeing you like crispy,
or not finding you at all.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
Or not finding you at all, and always having that false hope that didn't happen. I think that would be even harder.
I'm drowning though.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm drowned.
That suffering of drowning.
I'm done swimming though.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, no, I would probably go burn though.
You would?
Yeah. Right. Well, because once again, I told you my beliefs. I just think that you would pass out way before death kicks in, and pass out quicker than in drowning. So it's just the quicker at that point. All right, let's get into the NBA. You and your morbid crap. What do you got going on here? You got this.
We got the playoff picture, man.
Yeah.
Nuggets, Suns came back.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like whoever has home court is going to win.
Yeah.
That's what that looks like. Warriors, Lakers, 2-1 Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I said it and I'll say it again. I don't think the Warriors got any business versus these Lakers.
No, they do.
I don't.
I mean, we'll see tonight. I mean, Lakers are tough at home. But I think the Warriors need to sneak this one away.
A lot of push-offs, man.
Yeah, if they don't take this game, it's not that it's done. I mean, NBA can't write it any sweeter if the Warriors come back to 3-1.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean that would just be written perfectly for the storybooks. So I want to say that it's done, but they have to win in LA. So tonight would be the one you want them to win. Well, Warriors fans would want them to win. You don't want them to win at all. But I think it's very well doable. You had a close nail biter, then you had a blowout, then you had another blowout. So let's see tonight. I think they come out shooting hot, and it matters what AD and D Russ does. If they start,
the earliness matters.
If
man.
they start off hot early and LeBron sort of takes the back seat and lets them cook, it's gonna be scary.
Everyone was tripping out. LeBron hasn't shot in the first quarter, and he has to not shoot.
Let them get hot. He has
to get everyone
I feel
involved.
like LeBron could take over whenever he wants.
Yeah,
not with a shot. But with driving in and his little 17-footers and stuff like that. Yeah, not his 3-point shot.
Yeah, he's been off from three.
Yeah, but
like there's some nights where he can knock off threes very easily. Like at the end of the regular season, he hit 8 threes one game.
That was one game.
But
not on a regular basis.
If he gets hot though, He gets hot.
Not from 3-point line.
He gets hot. He's hot.
When he gets pissed and he wants to freaking charge into the
hot,
rim and take it in the lane, no, he could.
He's hot, bro.
But I think if he lets Russ and AD cook, but AD falling on whose knees was it? Draymond.
Yeah.
And it looked like the way he was acting, but then again, you just don't know. The guy's made of glass.
That way. He's made of glass.
It could have been a broken rib. You just don't know.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, he kept on wincing the entire time.
He's always like that.
I know.
Every little thing.
I know, but that one he milked a little bit more. That one, it was the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the game, even when he was on the sidelines, you would see him wincing and grabbing on.
Today's game.
But yeah, you don't like the Warriors at all.
I don't like them. I don't like their fans.
I love them.
I don't like their fans, to be honest with you.
No one likes LeBron fans either.
Your nephew texted me, you know that?
Yeah.
He texted me first quarter, and he's like, "This is your GOAT? 0 for 0. He hasn't shot or whatever." And like I was talking to him throughout like the end of the third. Or no, not even, probably midway through the third. And he just stopped answering. Mind you, he texted me. If you're going to text me and shy away, you can't do that. And like I kept texting him, yo, we still friends.
Yeah.
This is mad. He was like super upset. So you're a sissy boy.
He gets very upset. He gets very, very upset.
Answering me,
and then why text to begin with?
If you're going to attack me, end me. Because I'm going to keep coming at you.
Yeah, no, I like the Warriors. I want the Warriors to win. You get annoyed because they actually play basketball and run screens and
single
push
shot.
off. That call they had on Clay was bullshit.
Extended his arm.
No, he did not. His arm was here. He leaned in, took a step back, and took a shot. He did not extend it.
When I video, I couldn't find it
because he didn't push off. He did not push off. There are times where there are push-offs. I'm not saying that they never push off.
Jordan Poole's infamous for doing it all the time.
Multiple calls that I text you on, and I was like, dude, that wasn't a push-off. That's BS. And they weren't good either way, going for the Lakers or going for the Warriors the other day. I'm not saying that it was just one-sided in nature, but there was a lot of BS push-off calls because a push-off is a fully extension of the arm. He was not fully extending.
You cannot extend your arm also.
He didn't extend it.
It doesn't matter.
He didn't extend it. He went in here. He leaned in, did a step back, and took the shot.
He extended a little bit.
No, on that call, it was not. Please don't. You looked for it all weekend and you couldn't find it. You're going to find it in 2 minutes right now?
I'm going to find it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying today I'm going to find it. I'll find it later. Hey, D'Angelo Russell, wait up. Cooked Clay on that one play. I don't know if you've seen it. He
Which play?
Dribbled to the left, dribbled to the right, and like spun and got Clay in the air and just hit a fade.
I think I know what you're talking about. Nice. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Cooking.
They've been left, like I said,
first 11 points.
It lives and dies between Russ and AD. Russ and AD start cooking early.
They have to. Yeah.
It's good for your Lakers.
Because Bron's going to get his.
He's going to get his 20. He loves that 22, 25 range. If he gets that 22 to 25, and that's what they're going to give him. Not give him. He's going to get it and earn it.
Steph told Draymond, he's like, I'm trying to figure out LeBron. I just can't.
No, you said that earlier. And I'm like, what's there to figure out? Like, the guy's just doing his. Like, he's been in the league for 20 years. I mean, he's just there. Suns, Nuggets. Who else do we got here? I'm sorry.
You want to talk about Suns, Nuggets real quick?
Suns, Nuggets. Man, Book. Talk about cooking. D Book has been cooking. Yeah, you got to respect that man.
I don't even like D Book. Yeah, I'm gonna respect.
No, you got to respect that. Whether you like him or not, he's been cooking. Just in the playoffs alone, he's got 36 points, 47 points, 35 points, 27 points, 47, 30, 45, 38, 26.
It's not even the points for me. How do you drop 47 and shoot 80%?
80% field goal. I mean, that was just unbelievable. So no, he's had it, and then he dropped another 47. Was at 70% field goal percentage. Yeah. So I mean, like and that was a 47-10 assist night. He's been unbelievable. But then again, getting back into that Suns Nuggets game the other day, did you see freaking Joker?
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
I'm fine with it, man.
Why?
As a fan, I don't care if you're the owner. Don't hold the ball. Don't hold it.
But he was holding the ball.
He was pulling it away from him. Who the heck are you?
No, it was in his hand, and Joker came out and punched it out.
Why are you holding the ball as a fan?
The ref will come and get it. Give it to the ref.
Why are you holding the ball?
The ref will come and get it. Give it to the ref.
Don't touch the ball. Don't touch it.
Every fan touches the ball.
Because Joker tried grabbing the ball from him. He's like this. He's pulling away.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm shoving him too. No. He's a fan at the end of the day.
If that was Draymond doing it or anybody else, you'd have been like, no, that's BS. He should not have hit a fan.
If you're a fan and a player's trying to grab the ball, don't touch the ball.
He should not have hit the fan. He should not have hit the fan. Whether owner or not, it should not have.
I don't care. No.
Walk away. It should not have happened.
The fan shouldn't shy the ball away from the player. If the player's trying to get it, give it to them.
I don't think he was shying it away.
He did. He pulled it back.
I don't think he was shying away. I got the link right here. I don't think he was shying it away. But either way, I don't think that's right. And him being the owner, I think makes it a little bit different. Where you should know better.
If he was a random Joe, play on.
And they ended up ejecting a random Joe, which was BS. And I felt bad for that guy because he did come in though, and he was behind Matt Ishba, and he sort of hit Joker's arm or did something along those lines.
Yeah, kick him out. Don't touch the players.
But at the same time, no.
I'm watching this right now. He did shy away.
Matt, what is it?
I think he did shy away.
Yeah. No, Ishba just Joker came in and sort of just tried to grab the ball aggressively and pull it out of his arms. And human nature, he just sort of backed off. Yeah, I mean, shoot, that he should not have touched the fan. Plain and simple. I don't care if owner or not. It should not have happened.
No, he did grab the ball.
Yeah, I know. Joker went in and grabbed the ball.
I'm saying the owner had the ball locked up right here.
Yeah, and then Joker came in and jammed it and tried to swipe it out. He punched at it and tried to pull it out. Why do that? Why do that as a professional player? Don't do that.
As a fan, don't touch the ball.
No, fans always grab the ball, especially if it was a common fan.
Grab it. They grab the ball and they throw it back.
Okay.
They don't hold the ball. This guy held the ball.
There was no one asking for it. Joker went to go snatch it.
Doesn't matter. You throw the ball back.
No. Joker went to go snatch it. Should not have happened.
He should have snatched it.
What's up with Harden? I loved his guest yesterday.
Yes, that was awesome.
That was phenomenal. It was John Howe. He was a survivor from Michigan State.
Shooting, yes.
From Michigan State shooting. He was paralyzed, I think, from the chest down. He looks up to Harden, loves Harden as his favorite player. They FaceTimed when they were in the hospital, and he promised him, "You get out."
Game 4.
Yeah, he promised him, "You get out, I'm bringing you to a game."
Yep.
He got out, and he was at the game, and then Harden went off for 42 points yesterday.
42. The reporter's it's awesome that you have him here. Was he good luck? He's like, yes. He's like, every game from here on out, I want him here.
And then the reporter got him though. The reporter said something along the lines of like, yeah, full expense paid, and Harden just looked there like, yeah, full expense paid.
Really? Did he? I didn't see that.
Something along those lines. It was great though. But yeah, he's gonna have him out there, man. And I hope Harden keeps on going off, honestly. But that's a good series, man. It's back and forth. That overtime game yesterday was good. Who was it? Almost hit the last minute shot.
Marcus Smart.
And it was just like, he had to replay it. I think it was still in his hands the minute it went to 0.
So I think going into the fourth quarter, it was Marcus Smart as well. He missed.
Yeah.
And an OT, Marcus Smart as well.
He hit it, but not enough time on the clock. Not enough time on the clock. That was a great game.
Nuggets Suns, who do you got?
This might be another series. It's just back and forth. Yeah. It's just got to be a home court advantage series. What it's looking like. It's going 7. I'm still sticking with the Suns just because my boy. But if you're going with the home court advantage, Nuggets are going.
Who matches up better with LA if LA wins?
Who matches up better with LA?
The Nuggets or the Suns?
I mean, aren't the Nuggets bigger? Mm-hmm. The Nuggets are just a bigger team.
Yeah.
So either you're going to have, 130 points a game being scored if it's with the Suns, or you're going to have a 95 to 105 game if it's against the Nuggets. So I think I think they both match up differently, but I think the Nuggets may match up a little bit better, may be a little bit more difficult. They're deep, man. They're deep. I didn't believe how deep they were until I started watching it heavily right now, and I'm like, well, no, they're good. Joker just cracks me up, man. That boy does not.
So slow, but so
he doesn't run, dude. He doesn't do anything. He's just everything. Very. And then you look at it at the end of the game and he puts up freaking 30 points. And
like 52 yesterday.
Where'd that come from? Where'd 30, 40 points come from? Like, it didn't even look like he did that. And he's just like slow as molasses doing this stuff.
He just opens everything for everyone.
He does so much, man. So good series, man. It's been a very, very good playoffs. So don't want it to end. I think a lot of these games are going to go the distance, except for maybe
Lakers, Warriors.
No, I think that'll go the distance.
That's 5 games.
I told you 6 or 7. That's where that's going. And I'm sticking by that. Heat Knicks.
That's a good one too.
Right?
But the Heat take it.
Yeah, Heat's been hot, man. Jimmy Butler, he's been hot.
2-1.
Yeah.
They play today, right?
I believe so. I believe they're today and the Lakers are today, correct? Yeah.
Should be.
You guys are 10 o'clock tonight?
10 p.m.
Yeah,
Eastern.
we'll see how they do. Who you still got your Lakers winning championship?
Come on, man. Stop being disrespectful. I'm gonna put the LeBron jersey on you.
God, I hope not. I hope they don't win.
We got receipts.
I don't care. I'm mad at my word at that point. I just LeBron fans are the reason why I don't want him to win.
I can't believe you said they're gonna miss the playoffs.
I did say that.
Man.
Yeah, I did say that.
That's 0 for 1 on that.
I did say that. Then they made the trade. They made that trade. That was before they even made the trade. No, it was right before. It was right before they made the trade. I said that. They made the trade and completely transitioned and changed their defensive scheme. And it just went from there. UFC. Did you watch any of it?
I watched the co-main event. I didn't watch the main event.
Yeah.
I was tired.
So, co-main event, man, you had Mohammad and Gilbert Burns. I thought was going to be a little bit more of a exciting fight. I don't know. You know, the rumor was at the beginning that Bilal Mohammad had a busted up ankle when he was at weigh-in. It sort of looked like he was limping and gimpy.
Really? I didn't know that.
And then there was some pics that was released of like a swollen ankle. So I was like, holy crap, like, is there something going on here? And then when he came out, either it was shot up with whatever they shoot it up with and he was fine. I don't know what's legal, not legal. I have no idea. He looked fine. But man, he put on a show. His total strikes were 132. He landed 132 of 283. Significant strikes were 132 of 283. Wow. And then, you know, significant strikes for Gilbert Burns was 81 of 147. So it was just, they were both in that 45 to 55 range. And Bilal Mohammad just took over the fight.
Bilal Mohammad's not an exciting fighter.
No.
He's very technical.
Yeah.
Very technical. He'll get the job done. And a lot of times, a lot of champions are like that. They're very technical.
Yeah.
Point game, you know?
Yeah.
Points here, points there. He earned a title shot, though.
I think so.
He is going to face the winner of Leon Edwards or Kobe Covington.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think, I think he deserves it right now. Main event, Sterling and Henry Cejudo. I'm sorry. It was good. It was a good fight. It went to decision. I don't think Sterling looked fantastic by any means.
I don't like Sterling.
Even Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Oh, he came in.
He said, "You look like shit."
Get your shit together.
If you think you're gonna play a fight like that against me, it ain't gonna happen. And Sterling backed it up and was like, you know, where have you been for the past year? Daddy Dana ain't here to save you anymore. So he's not going to save you anymore. And they went back and forth, good yapping. So that's probably going to be your next matchup there. But, I mean, significant strikes and total strikes, if you look at those, your total strikes, 186 to 261 and 143 to 219. I mean, Sterling was almost 71, 72% of landing. So he was very efficient with his strikes. So they were both good fights, went the distance. I enjoyed them. There wasn't like huge names there, but they were great. Gilbert Burns was good. So I think
Gilbert Burns got hurt in the fight.
I think so too.
His arm
he wasn't using his left the entire time. So I don't know what happened with him, but that was another Saturday night thing. So I had the 3 TVs going where I was watching Lakers and Warriors. I was watching this fight, and then I was watching Canelo fight. There was just a lot going on, so I didn't pay as close attention to it as I would like, but it was fun to watch. Truthfully, I love UFC.
Yeah.
And then we had boxing. We had Canelo versus Ryder. Canelo, man. I mean,
boxing bores me, man. I don't know.
Canelo's exciting.
He's exciting, but the sport of boxing is like.
Well, there's just no big names.
Oh God.
There's just no big names. But the one thing about boxing, it's like you knock a guy down, he has a chance to get back up.
UFC, you knock him down,
you're beating him down, and there's no getting up. So that's the only problem with UFC is like one little slip up, and you get knocked down. Your guard down for 1 second. There's no coming back from it. So you train all this time
boxing for this. Stop everything.
They stop. You got a 10-second count, checking. You could get an 8-second stand up. I mean, there's so many other things in boxing that make it a little bit more. Help for the fighter. I don't even say technical because it's not, but more where you're not training for a year and then it could be done in 2 seconds.
That's what it is.
It's definitely slower. It's definitely slower. So and there's less things that you got to worry about. You don't worry about kicks. You don't worry about submissions. You don't worry about any of that stuff. Nothing. But they have a chance to get back up. You could have a bad round and get back up from it. Sort of like when I tell my nephew, I would rather golf a par 5 because you got room for error than a par 3 where you have one bad shot, you're screwed. So, that's where it's like, with UFC, it's like one slip up, you're done. You did all that training and you're out. You're there and pounce on you and just done. So looking at the Canelo fight, man, what really stuck out to me was those power punches, man. He was 117 of 253.
Wow.
And Ryder was 69 of 257.
He gonna get it.
He could not land a single punch. Look at his total jabs. He was 11 of 200. Okay. He was 80 of 457 in total punches.
Fast.
He was fast. He was side to side. He was agile. I mean, he was good. He took over the fight. He had a couple nice knockdowns. Round 9, I believe it was a fantastic round. They were literally just punch for punch, back and forth, back and forth. That was the most exciting round of the fight. Even to the point where Ryder came up and sort of punched himself and said, "Come on, hit me more, hit me more." It was a phenomenal fight.
Good fight.
Went the distance, but Canelo just came out on top for sure. It was a great fight. Definitely tune in for anything else with Canelo in there. What are we getting to? Build your team.
Let's do build a team. You want to start? Or you want me to start?
I
I started last time. You start.
Yeah, I'm gonna start here. So I'm
We
gonna.
got $15.
You guys typing this in back there for us?
Yeah, they are.
All right, they are. All right. So I believe what I went with, and I want to look up what my nephews told me as well, because they built a team, and both of them, Mustafa and Zayn, both built a team without MJ and without LBJ. And I'm like,
It's nuts.
what are you doing? Anyways, I'm probably going to go Steph, Jordan, KD, Garnett, Hakeem.
How much money did you spend?
15.
You spent 15?
I got 4, 5. That's 9. That's 12. That's 14. That's 15. Yep.
All right. Give me Steph.
Okay. That's 4.
Give me Kobe.
Another 4.
It's 8. Give me Bron.
It's 13 now, right?
Is it 13?
Yep.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Man, that's 13 right there.
Yep.
Dude,
You got a 1 and 1 sitting there.
give me Dirk
Yep.
and man,
You only got enough money for him.
I'm getting rid of Steph.
Okay.
I'm going John Stockton, the number 1 leader in assists.
Okay.
So Stockton there, Stockton at $1.
Yep.
We
So you got 11 right now.
5 for Kobe, 10, 11. Give me Shaq all day.
Yeah. Taking a shake all day.
Give me Shaq.
Yeah. That's all day. I like my team more.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm taking my team.
Yeah, I like my team more.
Dirk, bro.
Let me
Don't
show you. I
disrespect.
sort of want to see what they told me. I remember where was he? They both said the same team. They did not communicate at all. It was crazy. I think they said Steph, D Wade, KD, Dirk, and Shaq.
No. I don't like the Wade pick when you have Jordan and Kobe sitting right there.
Yeah, we got Jordan and Kobe in there, but that's what and they're like, oh, you got to worry about chemistry and got to worry about that. I'm like, dude,
If
those
you want
studs,
chemistry, you go Stockton
you go Stockton all day.
all day.
Yeah. So, yeah, Steph, Jordan, KD, Garnett, Hakeem versus Stockton, Kobe, Bron, Dirk, and Shaq. You guys let us know. Let us know what you got. Let us know who has a better team, and we will go from there.
Shaq is eating Hakeem, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Shaq was the only thing that I was like, okay, if I get rid of Steph and go to Zeke, to Isaiah Thomas, does that open it up for Shaq? He was the only one that tried to get in there, truthfully.
Really?
Yeah, but I was like, I wanted MJ, and I wanted KD and MJ paired up. So that was where I was like, no, I'm just gonna make this work out. Start, bench, cut.
Last segment.
I got these 3, and I'm just like, I want to make it as difficult as possible. So I want you to go first.
Who's that? Is that T.O.?
You got Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, and Kelvin Johnson.
Man.
Yeah, bench, cut,
I'm
start.
just looking at T.O. It's like, why isn't he wearing a Cowboys jersey?
That's where he started.
I know, but I'm so used to him seeing Cowboys.
Yeah, that's where he started, man.
That's my quarterback. I gotta eliminate bias here, huh?
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of T.O.
Really?
He's getting
Cutting
cut.
him?
Yeah, we're cutting T.O.
Okay.
We're benching Kelvin. We're starting Randy.
Okay. Yeah, I was back and forth between T.O. and Kelvin, and the only reason why I would cut T.O. if it's just them as they are in their prime with the drama, and sort of being how he was in the locker room with everybody, I would rather have Kelvin in there as a team player.
Not even without the drama. I just think Kelvin's a better receiver than Terrell.
Man, they're both good though.
Kelvin was unguardable, man.
T.O. was for a while.
But
T.O. was for a while,
like,
but in his San Fran days, he had somebody else on the side of him. He had Jerry.
Kelvin never had anyone.
He never had anybody really.
Kelvin was legit. Like, I think against the Bengals a couple times, he had like 1v4 coverages and he just catch it down.
Yeah. So no, I would start Randy all day, bench Kelvin, and cut T.O. for sure.
Kelvin did not have good hands though. His hands weren't good. His route running were not good. Just a freak.
He was a big boy.
Just a freak.
Yeah, I mean T.O.'s hands were great.
Really?
Yeah. T.O.'s hands were great, and he was decent route runner. I mean, he was fast, man. And he was big boy. But and it might just be biased keeping Kelvin, truthfully.
Modern day players, can you put anyone over these guys?
No.
No one?
I don't want it.
You want it?
I mean, the only two that come to mind are who? Jamar and
Justin Jefferson?
Jefferson. Not there yet. Not there yet.
Can you put a Hopkins over anyone here or no?
No. I want it.
All right.
Yeah, I want it.
Let us
for
know.
as long as these ones did it for.
Yeah.
And stayed on top. No, I really want it. That's why I brought these three up. So let's see what you guys tell us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Doc, close us out.
Always like, subscribe, share whatever you need to share. If you have comments, let us know. Thank you so much for always tuning in and supporting us. Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.